What's up, everybody? It's Diamond K. This is the Diamond K Show. Today, we are diving into one of the biggest headlines in politics and media law. A federal judge has just tossed Donald Trump's $15 billion defamation lawsuit against the New York Times and Penguin Random House. Now, when you hear a number like 15 billion, you already know this is not a typical lawsuit. Let's unpack what happened, why the judge struck it down, and what this means moving forward. The lawsuit that Trump filed, the complaint, claims that the New York Times and Penguin Random House damaged his reputation with coverage of his presidency and post-presidency. His attorneys tried to argue that certain stories and commentary amounted to defamation on a massive scale, hence the $15 billion figure. Here's the issue. Instead of filing a tight, focused legal argument, his legal team turned in an 85-page complaint that read more like a political ad or a campaign speech. The judge, Stephen D. Merriday, down in Tampa, looked at this and basically said, "This is not how court works." The judge reasoned, of course, under federal laws, complaints are supposed to be short and plain statements. That's how the claim is supposed to be worded. Instead, Trump was loaded with political rhetoric. There was name calling and sweeping generalizations. The judge said it was way too long, too argumentative, and not clear enough about what exactly Trump was suing for. What was the real reason? He struck the case, but this is important. He did not shut the door completely. He gave Trump's team 28 days to refile, but this time with no more than 40 pages. So he needs to cut this in half. This claim needs to be cut in half. That's a big signal. If you want the courts to take you seriously, you have got to play by the rules. Trump is not someone who is known for doing that. Now, if we put this in legal and political context, this isn't Trump's first time suing media outlets. He tried to sue CNN, The Washington Post, and others over the years, often with claims of bias or unfair coverage. But defamation law in America is tough, especially for public figures. Ever since the landmark 1964 case, New York Times versus Sullivan, public figures like Trump have to prove actual malice, meaning the outlet knowingly published false information or acted with reckless disregard for the truth. That's a very high bar. Most of Trump's defamation suits have either been dismissed outright or settled quietly. This one looks like a long shot from the beginning, I thought, and the judge's reaction pretty much confirmed that. From a media standpoint, this is huge. If Trump had somehow succeeded, it could have opened the floodgates for politicians to sue media companies over critical coverage. That would have had a chilling effect on journalism. Reporters would be afraid to go after powerful figures if billion-dollar lawsuits were waiting for them around the corner. By tossing this out, the judge essentially reaffirmed that freedom of the press is still protected, even if politicians don't like what's written about them. Now, Trump's strategy and this is the politics of it. Even if the case gets tossed out again, Trump still benefits from filing it. And why, you may ask? Because it gives him a talking point. He can tell his supporters, look, the fake news media is out to get me. I fought back with the $15 billion lawsuit and the system is rigged against me. It gives him something to, put in the system and throw against the wall. So win or lose, the lawsuit is going to become part of his narrative, part of the brand. And you've got to remember, Trump has always used the courtroom as much as the campaign stage. It's less about winning the case and more about controlling the conversation. So what's next? Now, we just wait. Will his team refile a cleaner, shorter, more legally sound complaint? Maybe. But even if they do, the hurdle of proving actual malice is still sitting there like a brick wall. This case, at its core, is about more than Donald Trump and the New York Times. It's about how far public figures can go in trying to push back against journalism that they don't like. And it's about whether the courts will stand firm on protecting press freedom, even when the press is writing about one of the most polarizing figures in American politics. We'll keep watching this one, but for now, Trump's $15 billion lawsuit is off the table. And if he refiles, we'll be right back here to break it all down. This is the Diamond K Show. My name is Diamond K. And as always, make sure you stay focused because it's a lot going on out here. We're going to continue to try to make sense of this madness. On all social media, I am at the Diamond K Show. Of course, on YouTube, DJ Diamond K, and on Substack, I am diamondk.substack.com. So I want to hear from you. DJDiamondK@gmail.com. You need to get in touch with me, and we'll be back with more right after this.